How reliable are arcticcat Alterra ATVs? This arcticcat Alterra 550 XT ATV has right around 4,000 miles on it. It has EPS, power steering, upgraded Mass FX tires from stock at 400 miles, so about 3,500 miles on those. A worn winch added up front, but other than that, it's stock. How well has it held up? How many issues has it had over 4,000 miles? What's broken on it? Surely something's broken. The only thing that's broken is actually from rider error, right here on the plastics. And that's about it. Never had any engine problems, no suspension or drivetrain problems, no transmission or clutch issues. It's been started and run almost every single day since new. It hasn't given me hardly any problems at all. So you're probably wondering what I did to it, what I'm hiding. Well, all I've done is fluid changes, put a new battery in it. I've changed parts like ripped CV boots that always happens from trail riding. I've changed the one-way bearing on it, greased the wheel bearings, but other than that, just fluid changes, fill it with gas, and ride. Let's look at my Alterra 550 XT right here. Got some scratches on it, got some trail rash on it. Don't know what that's from. Got some wear from running over brush, trail scratches, branches brushing against the plastic, some fading on the paint, not really too bad that much. So I always try to keep these in the garage. Check out how many miles and hours are on this machine. 4,089 miles on this machine. And we're at 900, almost 940 hours on this 550. How reliable is it? What are the good things? What are the bad things? What issues does this ATV have, or has it had? It's got a 39, almost 39. It's got a 38.9 horsepower, 550 engine. I got this 550 XT totally stock. Put bumpers on it. Got the nice sport bumper on the front. Also went with the smaller size sport bumper in the rear. Put these aftermarket tires on them. They're like Bighorn style tires. Got this rack extension up here on the front. Be able to hold gear up there. Put some hand guards on it here. Got some heated grips right there. Keep the hands warm in the winter riding. And we also have a worn winch on it. That's about it for modifications. Oh, I did add upgraded suspension bushings on it too. But other than that, it's pretty much stock. So it still runs great. The exhaust sounds good and nice and throaty. So what's up with this ATV after 4,000 miles? Would I buy another? Is it good? Has it got any issues? Let's check out that exhaust sound. Nobody likes bad news, but here's the bad news. The suspension bushings are shot. The heat tape along the exhaust has all come off. So I replaced that. You can check out in the video up here. Fenders have some trail wear on them, and the footwells have some damage to them. A little bit of scratching on there from trail riding, but honestly, it's not that bad. So that's it for the bad. The suspension and A-arm bushings are upgraded to a HW bushing. Still riding great. That is one of the best suspension upgrades that you can do to remove the slop from the A-arms and all that movement and play you get with those rubber bushings. Definitely would swap those out. You can check out a video I did on that too. But the suspension bushings are just toast. They're just a flimsy rubber in there. They're worn out in 100 miles, but that's what you get with rubber bushings in the suspension area. Hoping to upgrade to Elka's here eventually. Added the sport bumpers on this one. I like the look of these better than that full brush guard, even though they don't have as much coverage. Never been an issue until you get the ATV on its side. one thing, in the brush bumpers do protect it better out to the side if you do hit the sides of the fenders here. But these have been good. Nice addition to the ATV, and I think it keeps that sporty look to it. I have the Mass FX tires on here. They're much like Bighorns. I've been impressed by these tires. They don't have a whole lot of, actually they don't have hardly any weather cracking or dry rot on them. These tires have over 3,000 miles on them. Put them on when I just got the ATV, around 100, 200 miles on the original Dura tires. Then I put these on. They're now, after 3,000 miles, still around 3/4 tread. Still good and grippy. I've been happy with them. Obviously these rears are a little bit more worn down than the front. I would recommend them if you're looking for a good all-around trail tire or yard machine kind of tire, or just want something that'll give you confidence trail riding, hopping logs, or rock crawling. They do pretty well in slippery stuff too, like creek crossings and stuff like that. If you have some section of muck or mud to get through, these do all right in that too. I ride a lot of gravel, dirt trails, and grass and fields and stuff, and they've held up great for that. I'll have links in the description for all the things I've got on here. You can check it out below. You can hit the throttle, spin these tires pretty easily. They're pretty light, so if you have a smaller ATV or UTV, they won't rob you of your throttle too much. Got the hand guards and keyed grips up here. They have been great for the winters and cold weather riding, keeping hands warm, give you protection from brush or just out on the trail hitting branches and stuff. Not much to say about them, except it's kind of an upgrade just for rider comfort and some added protection, which is nice. They work, they've been great, no issues with them. I got my switch for the heat grips mounted right up here on the dash. The Warn VRX 3000 winch, really cool winch. You'll probably not use your winch a whole lot. I mainly use it for plowing with my ATV. When I'm riding, I'll work my way through and around things, just use momentum and just some good technique to get through places a lot of times. A lot of throttle control can get you through most places. But if you need an extra little bit of help, winch is super handy. It's got a waterproof housing, synthetic line. I switched it to the Fairlead instead of the rollers. The rollers are fine for steel cable, but over the years, getting wet and they will get messed up and stop spinning smoothly if you don't keep them maintained. So Fairlead is really nice for the synthetic line. Got the rubber winch stop on there. Mostly use the winch for plowing, but it does great when you need it. These composite racks, I know it's kind of controversial having the steel racks versus these composite ones, and honestly, the steel ones are harder to strap stuff to than these plastic ones. It slides around, it shifts around while riding. I've had stuff bounce off steel racks that I had them strapped down to, and these composite racks, it's got a nice flat surface. You can strap things down to it, it's not sliding around. It also has this rubberized section here, so it's not on the whole rack. Like here is just plastic. You've got a bit of rubbery section on there. That's gonna keep it stuck down, held down to the rack without slipping around a lot. You can strap from any part of the rack around the edges that you can get a hook under. And I don't know. I think if Yamaha put a composite rack on their Grizzly, that'd be pretty cool. Or I know Polaris and Can-Am has a mix of steel rack versus composite rack. I think a lot of them are going to the composite racks now. The biggest thing is just the usability of them. They need to be able to hold things on. They have a surface to strap to. These have held up great. Haven't broken one yet. I did have a Sportsman 570 that cracked. It's a plastic rack, but they use a harder plastic or different compound or something. It's a little more brittle. These are good though. No issues there. These are nice and tough. 2-inch receiver down here on the ATV is super nice. Getting your full-size auto hitches in there. Power steering on this is really nice. You can ride with one hand all day long. Super responsive, not overly touchy. Faster or however slow you go, it's adjusting for that. So you get more response at slower speeds if you're flying down the trail. And it's gonna slow down a little bit and give you an easier control in that power steering. Does good in technical places, no complaints with that. 4-wheel drive on arcticats, I've been real happy with. 4x4 when you need it, and you get fully locked front differential. Some brands don't have true locking front ends, and this is great when you need that extra pull getting over something or out of somewhere. You can check out this video up here, I'll link it up above, of how the arcticcat 4x4 system works. The suspension geometry on this style of Alterra is also way better than the older design ATV. It rides really smooth, handles great. Still runs the same now at over 4,000 miles on this ATV. Overall, no complaints on it. Just regular maintenance, oil changes, runs great, rides great. I've replaced the battery just because of age, and that's about it on this ATV. I still like riding it, it's super comfortable. Gonna figure out the suspension, probably upgrade that. It's just a super fun ATV. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Watch this video next. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.